Okay, it's Gavinbass1, and we're live this evening for the Revolt Racing League. And it seems to be working. I've got a couple of shout outs just very, very quickly before I start the stream tonight. First of all, it is an absolute massive congratulations to Kelly Kidd on his phenomenal lap that he posted earlier on today, which put him 579th in the world in Austria with a 104.042. The second shout out I want to do is to wish Mr. Twist a very, very happy birthday for tomorrow. And we'll all sing happy birthday later, I'm sure, for Mr. Twist. So enjoy your birthday tomorrow. But the person that I'm really wanting to speak to right now is a girl called Brodie. And if Brodie's listening, turn up your television, Brodie, because I've been informed that you're Gavin Bass's #1 fan. And whenever I have a #1 fan, it's my duty to look after that #1 fan. So I've got a very good friend to make a song dedicated for you, and I'll play it to you now. Have a great race tonight, lads, and I look forward to watching it all and enjoying some close racing.
She's got her cap on backwards, waving high the checkered flag. Every Wednesday at the track, she's front row, never lags. Eyes locked on speakers, heart beats like a drum. When Gavin hits the mic, the race has just begun. From pit lane to podium, she knows every name. But Gavin's voice in the booth is her favorite part of the game. As Brodie's in the stands, screaming loud and proud, cheering on the lads as engines roar so loud. With Kelly Kidd beside her, hand in hand, they're the power duo, the heartbeat of the fans. She's Gavin's #1 under the racing sun. Brodie's in the stands and the thrill's just begun. She's memorized the lingo, lives for every lap. Text, live updates with emojis on the app. Got posters in her room from seasons gone by. But Gavin's commentary, that's her favorite high. Kelly Kidd's got style, Brodie's got the soul. Together they're electric, they're on a roll. Yeah, Brodie's in the stands, can't be ignored. Fueling up the passion, every moment roar. Kelly's got her back, they're a fearless band. Flying flags for Gavin, taking a stand. Color one and she's the fear is undone. She's Gavin's #1 and she's second to none. Brodie's legends are spun from street circuits to desert dust. Her loyalty's unwavering, her cheer is just. When Gavin's voice echoes through the night, you'll hear Brodie shout, "This is pure delight." Oh, Brodie's in the stands, line up the sky, with Kelly by her side and that gleam in her eye. Commentary gold, that's Gavin's brand, and Brodie's there forever, biggest fan in the land. She's Gavin's #1, racing hearts till it's done. Brodie's in the stands, yeah, Brodie's in the stands. song is dedicated to Brody Fur being such an amazing fan.
Drivers, start your engine!
All right, folks, engine's hot, mind's clear. No drugs, no beer. And for the love of racing, keep your fucking lungs out of this. We hit the grid, lights go down. Revolt Racing are hitting the town. Tires burn like truth in the mic. Gavin, your commentator, calls it clean, calls it right. Fuel in our veins, but not that kind. No drugs, no beer, just keep your mind fucking clear. This ain't a circus, it's a serious track. No cheats, no moms, no looking back. Go full throttle, no fear in sight. No high but the speed, no wrong with the right. Grip the wheel like it's life or death. Try so hard, forget to catch breath. The league where the rules are tight, but the racing is raw every Wednesday night. We rise, we roar, no time to stall. We race with honor or not at all. From Monza Lights to Suzuka's twist, one wrong move, you're off the list. But we ride clean, precision, sharp, no backroom deals, just battle hardened hearts. Gavin's voice cuts through the noise. That's a penalty, mate, don't throw like fucking the toys. No nonsense, no fake respect. This is Revolt, what you see is what you get. It's simple, lads, no drugs, no alcohol. And seriously, no sleeping with each other's mothers. Let's keep it civil, yeah! We go! Full throttle, no fear in sight. No high but the speed, no wrong with the right. Put the wheel like it's life, 4 times so hard, forget to catch breath. Revolt's the creed, the code we call. No shortcuts here, we give it our all. So raise yours, drop that gear. This is Revolt, this is our year. This is Revolt, this is our year. Play racing! Back it up! Start your engines! Start your engines! Start your fucking engine!
Drivers, start your engine!
Well, good evening, everybody. I can smell your nerves. I can smell your nerves. Hi, Brody. And thanks for being my number one fan. This is Gavinbass1 speaking to you directly. And also, happy birthday to our own, one and only Mr. Twist for tomorrow. But we're right in to the qualies here at Austria. And it looks like there is a little bit of rain this evening. GoBox has already put in 111.824 with Kenboy at 112.5 and Jackal is a 112.5 and also Gaz C7 with a 112.5. So everybody's setting out their stalls early, and let's just hope that the race is only going to be wet in the quali part of this session. It would be lovely to have a dry race. Thank you to all the viewers that are watching me this evening. It is much appreciated. And thanks for everybody that's given me a little bit of chat on Twitch. It is phenomenal to have a bit of company, and it's much appreciated. So I'm just going to bounce on with Mischief at the moment because he's on an out lap at the moment, I think. Let's just see. Yes, he is, and he is just getting himself ready to put in a lap with 13 minutes and 33 seconds to run. B Woody 20, absolutely loved the song, smashed it. Thank you very, very much indeed, and it's amazing to have somebody really enjoying the streams, and that's what I do streams for. It's feedback and it's appreciation, and it's all very much taken on board. Kelly Kids is definitely in for a very romantic evening tonight, that's for sure. And he would need to be getting the candles round the bed and the rose petals ready for a very romantic evening after that special request that we had tonight for Brody. So Kelly Kid, if you're listening, make sure you wear protection, because we do not want any more little baby Kelly kids out there, because there's too many fast Kellys about here, and we don't want any more fast guys on this track. So get that protection on tonight and have a lovely romantic evening with the wonderful, wonderful Brody, my number one fan. But just look at these times. Mr. Twist has put in 1:11. Birthday Boy is in the top spot right now at the moment. That track doesn't look terribly wet. It's very light rain, and it would be amazing if that just dried up for the race. This is race 1 of the new season, and I would like to thank Jackal for sending me an awful lot of statistics about previous seasons. It makes very interesting reading, and it is vital for me to give you that information as the streams go on through the season. Might even be able to touch on some of them this evening. But really, really good stats, and obviously a lot of hard work going on in the background with all those statistics and standings that Jackal has produced. Mr. Twist 1:11.179. So Twist is definitely on a very, very fast time at the moment. On the Mazda. He puts in a 1:11.849, puts him in a provisional third place with Ken Boy just behind him, and Gaz C7 Mischief. Then Labraton, he is a new guy that I don't think I've ever commented on before, but he's in the kick, and he's just put in a 1:12.63. Ribs, he is on a night lap after already doing a 1:12.283. Jekyll is on a 1:12.514, and Black Box is on a 1:13.363. Basic Beetle, who is Leon, is outlapping at the moment, but he wants to try and improve on that 1:136. And a big shout out to Leon. Hi, Leon, and hi, Mischief. Know you both very well, and it's lovely to see you here this evening. The dark horse tonight is Kelly Kid, and he is got a lot of reputation behind him whenever I look at the statistics that Jackal has provided, and he is definitely one to watch this evening as he just goes onto the grass there just to slow himself down for his pit change. So I'm on with Mr. Harry, and he's getting himself ready and prepared now for his fast lap. Little Aaron in 13, he's also in the McLaren this evening, and looking forward to seeing what little Aaron can do tonight at Austria at the Red Bull Ring. And it looks like that track is starting to dry up. So are the guys going to bounce back into the pits, and are those guys going to try and put some tyres on? I'm Gavinbass1. This is the Revolt Racing League. This is our Wednesday night league, and this is Austria. And I am really, really looking forward to a close, competitive race. This race is all going to be down to strategy, and it's all going to be down to the tyre selections. And GoBox just puts in a 106.806, and he's bounced onto the hards quite quickly, and he has put his stamp on the track now at 106. But I'm expecting at least a 105, and maybe if there's somebody really pushing tonight, they just might get into the early 105s. That will be interesting as it just sort of pans out as we go. So I'm going to ride on board with this guy, and it looks like Sneaky Loser in P12 has retired, or does he need an invite back? I don't know. Again, if you're going to communicate with me, do it via Twitch, and because I don't tend to use Discord while I'm doing commentary. It's just too much of a distraction. Mr. Harry says that it looks like it could be a dry race, but a little bit of a potential for rain according to the radar. So the Sneaky Loser need another invite. Let me just see if I can do something there for you. See if I've got you in here. I hope you haven't. I don't think I have Coops on my. I wouldn't have, because you've just gone under a new name. So if anybody's listening and they have a chance, could they maybe get Coops back into the session, who is alias a Sneaky Loser? But right now, Ken Boy is holding a 105.5. That's what I expected. And I'm really, really thinking now that this 104 is possible this evening. And it's the likes of GoBox and Kelly Kid that just might produce it, unless there's somebody that really, really pushes it and surprises me this evening. Little Aaron needs to get off those intermediates and onto those softs and get that hot lap done. And we've only got 6 minutes and 45 left. And Coops has joined the session again. That's good. I'm really glad to see that. So Sneaky Loser's back in, and Black Box has put in a lap there of 113. And we're on with Pulley. Let's just ride on board with Pulley on his fast lap now as he's starting to use ERS. He attacks this right-hander. He takes it all, and he's going up into the DRS zone now. And he's starting to use battery as he changes up the gears, which is really nice technique. There's that rain back on again. So the rain doesn't know what the heck it's doing. 1 minute it's raining and next minute it's dry. So this is a real challenge for the lads tonight. And those guys out there that got a very good lap in on the softs have got themselves into a premium position tonight in this race in Austria with the Revolt Racing League. This little bit of rain again has just probably spoiled an awful lot of guys' chances of getting themselves up into the top 10, because they're not going to put in a fast lap now with that rain back on. So Gaz, Ribs, Ken Boy, Low Pro, Jackal, all those guys on the soft tyres that have registered a lap, consider yourself very, very fortunate, because there's no way on this earth now that Gaz C7 will have a better, anybody will have a better lap than 105.335 with the rain on board. So that's a spoiler, and that's unfortunate for some drivers. But that's Austria. It's up in the hills and it's near to the clouds, and we are going to always have very, very intermittent weather here, and a real test for our drivers tonight. Kelly Kidd has timed this all wrong because he's now out on that kick salba, and he has timed it so wrong. He is going to end up at the back of the grid this evening, and he has made a mess of his quali by leaving it too late. And Kelly will be somewhat annoyed, but at the same time, I would say Kelly will see that as a challenge to try and make himself through the field and come up into those top 3 positions and possibly even get a podium from the back. So there's a real opportunity to get Gavinbass's driver of the day if you can do it from the back. And Austria is not an easy place to overtake, although there are 3 DRS zones, and that big corner up at the top of the hill is a classic place where you can make some moves along with the DRS straight, obviously at the start and finish grid. So you can just see by Kelly's driving, it's a mess, and he has lost his opportunity. Ben, hey, fantastic comms as always, Gavin. You were a true asset to RPL, and you're very much missed. Enjoy your Wednesday. What a lovely, lovely message, Kelly. And there was nobody more upset than me to give that position over to Leon, because I was just getting myself terribly upset with it all, and it just wasn't worth it. And don't ever rule me out for coming back if there's ever another opportunity. Always consider me again. I have kept the RPL logo on my opening stream, and I hope you don't mind me doing that, because whenever I do something, I think about it very seriously. I had a lot of really good reasons why I did it. I just got terribly frustrated with the work that I was putting in. But don't rule it out. I'm easy to talk to, and I would love to come back at some stage and do some commentary for you. But Leon is a phenomenal guy, and he'll do a fabulous job for RPL as well. Thanks for the message, Kelly. Ben, that is so much appreciated, because I know you're annoyed about it, and I can assure you I am also annoyed. But life goes on, and we keep going, and we do our very best. But right now, at this moment in time, the quali at Austria has been ruined by rain on, then rain off, then rain on. And a few guys have just got their timings completely wrong, and in turn they have found themselves at the back of the grid here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria this evening. Looks like Gaz is going to keep that pole position. Ribs in second, Ken Boy in third, Low Pro in fourth, Jackal in fifth, Labratan is number 6 in the kick, and Goldbucks is 7 in the Alpine, with his teammate Harry right behind him. Good to see Harry made it in time. He must have broke all the speed limits to get back. A friend of mine again, number 9, and his 9th place there is Mischief. He's my personal bodyguard. And then we have Leon, who is Basic Beetle. Then we've got Puli in 11th in the Ferrari, Mazamak in 12th. So a lot of these faster guys, the likes of Mr. Twist and some, they somewhat missed the opportunity and the window to get themselves into the earlier parts of this grid. Little Aaron's in 14, he's in the McLaren, Black Box is in the Racing Bull. Sneaky Loser looks to be out again of the session, and I hope he's back for the race. He's under the name of Coops 326 tonight, and Kelly Kidd is out on those laps, and there's nobody is going to make any real big position changes now that the weather has changed. So Kelly Kidd's just still out there, and he's doing a few sighting laps just to get himself all sorted, but there is absolutely no way in this world that he is going to improve on some of the times that are already up there. If he can maybe even bump himself up into maybe 14th or 15th position, I think that is probably the best we'll see Kelly doing this evening. And he has just completely messed up his quali, and I dare say he'll be a little annoyed about that. But this guy, all the statistics show that he is capable of pulling it all back, and it's going to be a very exciting time for me personally to keep my eye on this kick of Kelly's and see what he can do in the race. But that looks like the quali's over, and it just looks to me that it was a bit of a SH1T show, and a lot of guys got really caught out there. Really unfortunate for some, but that's racing. So everybody's going to go into the pits now, and they're going to tweak, and they're going to look at the strategies. They're going to look at the fuels. They're going to be sitting on the grid. This is the first race of the season, so the nerve definitely be
To the track, man. Yeah, boy. We're actually going to walk across the track. Wiggles round up there. To the track, man. Yeah, boy. We're actually going to walk across the track.
So we're back, and that was the national anthem of Austria here at the mountainous area, where the F1 Revolt League opening race of the season. Ernest. Last week was really good fun. We had a lot of laughs. We had Maddie spinning out on, and we had all sorts of laughs last week. But there's no laughs now. This is racing for points. This is racing, and this is where you need to be very, very clean and tidy around this track. And tonight, there's a slight change of format. We're going to have a formation lap this evening, which is phenomenal. I think it's the right thing to do. It gives everybody their own methods of warming up their tyres and doing what they need to do to prepare for this race. But right now, they're going to be in the cockpit of their cars, and they're definitely going to be tweaking that fuel right down. Coops has left the session again, so somebody, a sneaky loser, is having serious internet problems. And if anybody out there has Coops or Sneaky in their EA setups, could they please invite him back? Because that's so unfortunate. What a horrible thing to happen on race one, day one of the Revolt Racing League's new season. Some very interesting facts for you this evening. It's a very short track. It's only 2.6 miles long. There's 10 turns in total. 7 of those are right and 3 of them are left. And we go round this track in a clockwise motion. There's 3 DRS zones. There's one after turn 1. And then there's one at the top of the hill just as you turn around the right-hander. And then, of course, there's the famous one along the start and finish straight. And, there have been laps put in here of 104 to 105. And the pit lane's about 242 metres long. It's a short pit. And the expected pit loss time is about 20 to 21 seconds. And that includes about 2.5 seconds to get your tyres sorted out. Safety car probability tonight is lowish to medium. It's about a 40 to 50% chance of a safety car. And the virtual safety car is very low, and there's only a chance of a 15 to 20% chance of that as well. It's well known throughout the F1 world that Austria is a very high tyre wear track. So this is where it is going to be won and lost this evening. I wonder, are there anybody going out on the hard tyres tonight? Are they going to try a one-stopper? If they do, they run the risk of a penalty, and they are going to have to nurse the tyres really well as they go round those laps trying to make them work. So, yeah, it could be a very interesting strategy if they can make it work. Personally, I've had a couple of races around Austria in the last few nights, and I haven't had it work. I was fortunate enough to win one of my races, but then again, I was in a Ferrari and I did have a phenomenal setup that was working so well. It was quite a low downforce setup, and I seemed to have an awful lot of straight line speed where I was catching a lot of the other drivers out. And it didn't seem to compromise me too much on the corners. So it will be interesting to see on the formation lap just exactly what is going on in terms of tyre selection. But I would say the guys are going to be very close to starting the race tonight, and they will be nervous. And here we go, and they're going to go on their formation lap now, and we'll just run down those drivers as we go. And I'll just get up all the bits and pieces that I need to get up to make this work for me. And so we've got Gaz in P1, Ribs in P2, Ken Boy in the Ferrari P3. We've got Lopro in the Aston Martin in P4. We've got Jackal in the Williams P5. We've got the kick of Lab Ratan on P6. We've got GoBucks in the Alpine. We've got Mr. Harry in the Alpine. And they just might work together as a team, and that might make for interesting watching. Mischief in the Racing Bull in P9. We've got Leon underneath of Basic Beetle 7354. He's in P10. We've got Pulley 1808 in P11. We've got Mazamak in P12 in the Haas. And we've got the Aston Martin on the cockpit of that. We've got Mr. Twist, the birthday boy for tomorrow. Little Aaron, he is in the McLaren in P14, and the other Racing Bull this evening is driven by Black Box 3000. Right behind him, we've got Maverick in the Red Bull this evening. Hiya Maverick, and then we've got the boss man, Kelly Kidd, in the kick, and he's got his job firmly mapped out for him tonight. And I'm going to be riding on board with Kelly quite a bit this evening to see if he can do what a true racing legend can do, and that is try to get on the podium or even perhaps win the race from P17. Then we've got Coops. He is in P18 and he is sneaky loser. And again, anybody watching, just let me know with a quick message that everything is coming through loud and clear as we come to the grid for the start of this race at the Red Bull Ring here in Austria. And quite a few guys have made a noob mistake at the very beginning and they haven't been able to park. So shame on you guys, shame on you. And it's go, 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 and something happened there. Somebody was very slow off the mark, and let's have a look. Can they keep it clean round this corner? There's a wee bit of touchy-feelies going on, and somebody goes a bit wide there. But so far, so good. It looks like a clean start to this Austrian Grand Prix. And Kelly Kidd is on the move already, and he's got himself right up in there to P15. Oh, there's a massive crash here at the first turn. That is such a disaster. And look who it is. It's Mr. Twist, and looks like Mischief has been involved as well. Let's go down and let's have a look at what their damages are on those cars. Starting with little Aaron, was he involved in it? Let's have a look at his car. He's clean. He's clean. Black box is clean. No damage to Coops. Sneaky loser, and there doesn't seem to be terrible lot of damage there. So all looks good, and Ribs is right out front and puts in the fastest lap of 112.507 as he slams it round the right-hander, and now DRS is fully enabled for these drivers to start thinking about making a move. Kelly in 2 laps has got himself from last, more or less, right behind his teammate of Labradan in P9, and he is on a very, very fast start to this race. As much as we're interested in Kelly Kidd and what he can do, we are very interested in the front. And look at this. We have got the Mercedes of Ken Boy chasing down Ribs for that valuable P1 position on track. And right behind him is Jackal in the Williams. And right behind that is GoBox. And right behind that, we've got Gaz C7 in the Mercedes. So we've got a 5-car train here at the very, very beginning of this Austrian Grand Prix as Gaz sets the fastest lap at 109.303. Phenomenal lap, and 108 has just been knocked off. Oh my God, Kelly Kidd has just put a 108.275 in, and he's got himself up into P8. What a dream start for Kelly Kidd in the Kick Saba, and he is showing everybody why. Oh, there's a little bumpy going on there. That looks like Gaz got himself slightly out of control there, and he has just had to reset himself and get back focused into this race. I'm riding on board with Leon, and he's got somebody behind him that he won't want to see, and that's Kelly Kidd. And I reckon that Kelly Kidd is going to make short work of this, and he's going to make it into P6 very, very quickly. And then his job is going to be to track that P5 position of Gaz in the Mercedes down. And let's just ride on board with Kelly, because he's going to make a move right now. He's going to take it in the inside, I would say, and keep that racing line for the corner, and he'll try and shut out that Williams of Basic Beetle. And here he goes. He makes it work, and he looks behind, and there's no threat coming from Leon from behind. And he's now got clean air, and he's got a clear view of the drivers in front. And Kelly Kidd is absolutely cooking like an oven chip this evening, and he is putting out one heck of a statement. And he is saying to others, you guys, you need to quicken up if you want to beat me tonight. So he's going to try his damnedest to win this race from a very, very compromised P17 start. Well done, Kelly Kidd. Take a bow and keep it lit and keep her clean. Back on with the race leaders. We've got Ribs still holding off this Ken Boy in the Ferrari, but Ken Boy's playing it patient, and Ken Boy's coming into a position now that he can make a move, and I'm just going to ride on board with him He's only got 32% of the battery left, but he's got enough in the tank to make the move on this McLaren of Ribs, and Mazamak gets the first penalty of the race for multiple track warnings. But Ribs has got enough juice in the tank to protect himself in the first position there, and he does so. Kelly Kidd now knocks out a 108.256 and firmly in 6th place, and he's now only 2.5 seconds behind Gaz C7. So you're going to find that Kelly Kidd is going to be in the running very, very shortly, and he's going to be up with these leaders before you know it. Thanks for everybody watching the stream tonight. I'm Gavinbass1. This is the Revolt Racing League, and we are at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, in the hills, and it looks to me like we just might have a dry race. These two guys now have just slightly run away with it, and that McLaren of Ribs is holding off Ken Boy really nicely in P1. But there's a big chase going on behind, and that chase is coming from GoBucks, Jackal, Gaz and Kelly Kidd. And Kelly Kidd is not wasting any time whatsoever, as he is now only 1.5 seconds behind Gaz. What racing we have. But let's go down to the likes of Poulet. He's in P10 and he's chasing down Mazamak, and he's making an outside move on that Haas. Can he make it stick? Let's have a look. It's Ferrari's in the inside and the Haas is in the outside, and they just, that Ferrari just pushes the Haas off slightly there, doesn't put him off, and he gets straight back at it. And Mazamak is right out there now in the leader of that little pack, as Mr. Twist gets a birthday 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But some very, very close racing going on here, and it's well worth staying on board this just for a minute. And we'll go back on to Poulet, and he's in P11 and he's chasing down Maverick in that Red Bull. Some really, really nice moves going on there for position changes. Mazamak has the DRS here, but he's running out of road. But can he make it on the next DRS, which is just round this corner? And this is a notorious part of the track for moves. And the Haas pulls over, the Red Bull of Maverick pulls over, and Mazamak gets through very, very easily. That was really quite a nice move there, and quite a bit of sensible driving and not holding him back. So well done Maverick for that. That was an obvious bit of gentleman behaviour. On with La Bretagne. He's chasing down that William of Basic Beetle alias, and that is Leon. And Leon seems to be struggling here a wee bit for pace. I've watched Leon race before, and I tell you what, he ain't no slouch. But it just doesn't look like he's got the right pace tonight for this race. Maybe he's nursing tyres. Let's just have a look at some details now. Here's your position changes. Kelly Kidd has made a 11 place upwards move. GoBucks is 4 up. Maverick has increased his position by 6 places. And a lot of the other guys there, like Basic Beetle and Mazamak, have all made moves. And Sneaky Loser has also got up to P12 with a 6th position upwards move. The losers tonight so far, the biggest loser is Low Pro, and he has just had a bad time at the back and has had to stop, and obviously had to put a new wing on. In terms of tyres, there you have the tyres. Are these guys on the hard tyres going to try a one-stopper? This is going to be the question. And this is going to be the real big mystery for tonight's race. Do the hard tyres with one set of mediums afterwards last for the full race without puncture? Whoever pulls that move off and they keep it clean just may get my Driver of the Day award. But right now at this moment, there is a battle going on between this kick and this Williams car of Leon. And he's trying frantically for the move. Will he push it up the inside? No, he won't. but he gets very close to the gearbox, and there's an inevitable move going to be made here, and Leon is going to lose his 7th place position for the kick. And here we go, outside, and he makes it stick in the inside, and he'll late brake here to try and keep Leon away, but Leon's fighting hard, and he then holds that position back, and that is some very, very tight racing between these two lads in the kick and in the Williams car of Leon. So Leon is trying frantically to protect that P7 position. But Kelly Kidd now finds himself in P4, and he is now only 1 second behind GoBox. And then he's got a challenge of getting another 4 seconds to get anywhere near the Ribs and Ken Boy, who are still battling for P1 and P2. On board with Ken Boy, and then Ribs behind him. So have a look at this. That McLaren and Ferrari are having a real blast here. My number 1 fan, Brodie, I hope you're watching the race, Brodie, and I hope you're enjoying very much watching your partner make one heck of a reputation for himself here, because I race myself. I'm not sure if you understand F1, but to go from P17 to P4 in 10 laps is quite a considerable achievement, especially on medium tyres, which will probably now be trying to tell him that they won't last very much longer, and it'll be interesting to see who can make them last. So tyre degradation is starting to show clearly, and it's now time to nurse them and be very, very careful you don't get into the puncture area. So let's go down them one by one. Ken Boy in the Ferrari first, Rib second in the McLaren. Then you have GoBox in the Alpine with Kelly Kidd now on his tail. And Kelly Kidd is on one hell of a roll, and he is going to make a pass on GoBox here. And I would put my mortgage on it that will happen within the next lap. He's got battery left, and he's got every possible armoury in his box to make this work up the hill. And I'm just going to see this through as he goes up into the DRS zone. He'll pull in over to the inside, plenty of room left, and he just leaves that Alpine behind and puts himself into P3. And he's now in a provisional podium position with 4 seconds to track down to try and get himself into this race with Ken Boy and also Ribs, as Maverick puts a 3-second time penalty on the board. Just bouncing down to Maverick here. He is in the Red Bull this evening, and he is having a nice little battle with GoPro. Low Pro, sorry. And he's made the move, and he's made it stick, and he's just going to say goodbye to that Aston Martin of Low Pro, and that puts him up a place in the 16th. And he has had a tyre change, and he's now on a 1-lap medium. One person I'm going to have a wee quick look at is Jackal. He's in P5, and he's in a really nice position. Now, he's put himself into P3, and I have got this funny feeling that this lad is running a one-stop race, and he's going to push those hard tyres probably to the guts of 25 laps or maybe 22 laps before he changes over to the medium. So it looks like the Jackal in the Williams car, who's sitting in a nice third position at the moment, is having a good old gamble, and he's going to try and make the one-stop work this evening here at Austria at the Red Bull Ring. So you can see now that the stops have started to happen, and I presume B Woody 20 is Kelly's partner. Can you just confirm that? Oh, I'm watching, she says. If that's her, I think I might even be speaking directly with Brodie. And hiya, Brodie, my number 1 fan. Cheer your partner on, because I can tell you something. He is on one hell of a roll. Yep, that's me. Oh, what about you, Brodie? You've got a very romantic evening coming ahead. The rose petals are on the bed. The candles are lit. Oh, my goodness. And if Kelly wins this race, oh, have a real good night. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at these stops. There you have it. Nearly half the grid, in fact, more than half the grid has had a stop. But Go Box, Jackal, Labradan, Pulley, Black Box, Harry, Sneaky Loser, Mr. Twist, and Little Aaron are still out there on their first set of tyres. So interesting stuff going on here at the Red Bull Ring. And I did tell you at the beginning of this race, this was going to be down to definite strategy and tyre protection. So let's just see what happens. Fastest lap of the race so far is held by Kelly Kidd with a 108.256, and that's going to be very difficult to beat with somebody like, well, there's a couple of guys in the 108s there that just might have a go at it later on, depending where they are in the track. Good evening, Gav. Hi, Sneaky and Keeper Litzer. You're doing very well there in P10, and you're in the pits now, but oh no, you're not. You're still on the track. It looks like Mr. Harry has made a pit stop. But right now, at this moment in time, Jackal's strategy of a possible one-stopper is working for him. He's really nursing these tyres now. He's got lots of battery left, and he is chasing down Go Box in the Alpine. Oh, sadly you're not with him, but you're still watching. That's brilliant. Super. I'm glad that you did, and I hope you really enjoyed your song. It's superb to have a #1 fan. Thank you very, very much for all of your support, and enjoy the rest of this race, Brodie. Let's just see if Kelly can do it. Nice move by the McLaren there. Kelly started from P17. He timed his qualification lap wrongly, and what happened is the rain came on, and that didn't allow him to get an equal lap done compared to some of the lads that were quick enough to get out on the dry. So he started from P17, and he's made himself all the way up the grid. He's had a tyre change. He's had one stop, and he's got two guys in front of him that haven't had a stop yet. So he is right on it, and I fully expect him either to win or be on the podium for sure. And after everybody has one stop, you will see clearly where the positions stand, because right now it's not. Yeah, Hoops, the rain thing is just basically touch and go. They have it on what's called a default setting, and it's the engine of the computer game that actually generates what the weather's going to be. So we had a bit of wet, we had a bit of dry, we had another bit of wet, and it caught a lot of guys out, and the little one's going to sleep. Night night, little one. Riding on board with Ken Boy in the Ferrari, and he's chasing down the Ribs boy in P2. Jackal's still out there in P1, and he's done his one. He hasn't done his stop yet, and Pulley, Coops, and Black Box are doing the same thing. But when we just talk about Black Box, I'm just going to run on board with him, but he's trying frantically to try and get on the tail of Go Box and get himself into the DRS zone. Mr. Twist gets another 3-second penalty, and just on that we'll have a wee look at the penalties. So Gaz has got 3, Hoops has got 3, which is sneaky, Mischief has got 3, Maverick's got 3, Mazamak 3 for Low Pro, and Mr. Twist has got 9. So there are a lot of mistakes being made out there, and those mistakes could cost dearly as we come closer to the end of this race, whenever the positions are determined on the grid. So we were going down all the drivers. It's Gaz in the Mercedes, and Mazamak just gets a 3-second penalty. Then we've got Sneaky Loser in 6th in that Red Bull, and right behind him we've got GoBucks in the Alpine. Then we've got Black Box out there trying to defend against Labradam, and then we've got him obviously in the Kicks who's chasing it down. Then we've got Mischief in P10 at the moment in the Racing Bull. Basic Beetle, who is Leon, he's driving the Williams. Pulley's quite a bit behind that in the Ferrari in P12, and Mr. Harry behind him in the Alpine. A lot of separation going on here back to Maverick. He's in the Red Bull. And then we've got Mazamak in the Haas, and he's holding P15 at the moment. Low Pro is P16 in the Aston Martin with his teammate Mr. Twist behind him, also driving the Aston. And right back at the moment we have Little Aaron in P18 in the McLaren. So just have a look at it now, and we'll just have another look at the the stops. And the tyres, you can see clearly now that a lot of people have had a change, but there are still some guys out there running 17 laps on hards. Oh, little Aaron makes a bit of a boo-boo there. But back on with Kelly. Kelly Kidd's in 3rd position, and you can see that he's on the 6th lap mediums, 18 laps, and he won't make those mediums last to the end. So he's going for hard, medium strategy. And I would say he'll probably take 3 or 4, maybe 5 more laps out of this, maybe 6, and then he'll go for another change. Don't think he'll go on the soft tyres, but he definitely will consider the mediums for his final stint. But just look at this as they go up the hill. Kelly Kidd's on the tail of Ken Boy in the Ferrari, and he's going to go for the inside. 10-second penalty for little Aaron for ignoring a blue flag. Oh, that's good racing there, Kelly. Well done. You made that work, and you didn't put anybody in a compromising position. So well done, sir. That is phenomenal. And we now have Kelly Kidd in 3rd position, and he is really giving Ken Boy one heck of a chance to try and defend, but I don't think that defence is going to last any long, because this guy is cooking on gas, and I don't know what he's had for breakfast, but he is knocking the snap, crackle and pop out of this Kick Saba this evening. Lots of viewers watching tonight, which is really good. Really glad to see everybody on board, and it makes really good fun to answer all your queries and questions. If anybody's got any shout outs for their loved ones, birthdays, divorces, weddings, newborns, anything like that, always get in touch with Gavin and I'll throw them out. Speeding in the pit lane, Jackal gets the speeding in the pit lane. Jackal will be throwing his dummy out of the pram, but here we have Kelly trying a double move. He makes definitely the first one work. He's in the inside. He's now taking the he's taken the McLaren, and he's just put himself into P1. Unbelievable racing by Kelly Kidd, and he is now our race leader in lap 20 of 36 from P17. And unbelievable stuff from Kelly Kidd. This is a guy who is cooking on gas, and nobody is going to challenge him this evening if he continues to drive like this. Ribs is behind him, and Ribs is going to give him a real try, but Ribs is going to struggle because it's obvious that this car has pace and this driver has so much racecraft. He is going to just spread on here and try and get that gap opened up to give him a very, very secure pit stop before he challenges the last part of this race. Unbelievable stuff here at Revolt Racing League in Australia at the Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria in the hills. Ken Boy's trying an insider, but he's going to have to slam those brakes on because he just ran out of room. But he's in the DRS, and he's really on the tail of this McLaren, but both of them have got DRS. He's got very little battery to make the move, so the McLaren's going to hold him off. Black Box gets a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings, and we've got a battle for P2 going on here. as the Ferrari takes the outside line. Is he going to try and make it stick round the inside here on a switchback type of a move? No, I don't think he can do it here, but he is going to do it on the start-finish line, and he's going to gather his battery up to make this move into P2 and take Ribs and put him back into P3. Wow, what a race so far, guys. This is exciting. We haven't had a safety car. We haven't had a virtual safety car. And the person that I feel most sorry for tonight is Jackal. Right now, he had a one-stop planned and he got himself a 10-second penalty while he overspeeded in the pit lane. And he really is going to be fed up with that bad bit of judgment. And it just might cost him a really good position in this race, because 10 seconds in Austria is more like an hour in any other track, because honestly that's going to be really hard to pull back. But yet he's still in P10, but he still has that 10-second penalty to serve. Kelly Kidd is doing what Kelly Kidd is renowned to do, and he's now out of the DRS zone from Ribs and he's pulling away. He's in the clean air and he's going to stretch that out as far as he can, so he can make his pit stop less stressful when it does come along. GoBox is having a nice old battle here with Gaz in P5, and he really wants that P4 position. He's got a 44% of battery left as he approaches the right-handers before the start and finish. Will he do a late braking move to try and get on the back? He's definitely gaining, and whether he's got enough road to do it on here, but he's going to slap on the DRS now, and he's going to maybe try and use a bit of ERS. No, he's not. He's going to be patient, and he's going to try and get even closer and make the move up the hill if he can. And he done that lovely. That corner was taken. The pace didn't come off the car whatsoever, and he just got such of a pull, and he's made that move on Kenny Boy, and he has just taken gas in that Mercedes and put himself up in the P4. Lovely move. Take a bow, GoBox. That is phenomenal stuff. Thank you for that. Really, really big separation on the rest of the track, but these two guys here are having a big old battle at the moment. Pully gets a 3-second penalty here for multiple warnings. Austria is renowned for just trying to keep it so tight in those lines, but there are only 3 people, 4 possibly, that are running a fully clean race at the moment. And look at that outside move. Well, it's not a move, because that McLaren was going into the pits. And now we have Ken Boy into second position as Ribs makes his pit stop. Let's see what his strategy is. He's coming off those mediums, and on goes another set of mediums. So there you go. Ken Boy has now made his change, and he is now on the tyres that he will finish the race on. Little Aaron gets another blue flag penalty for ignoring a blue flag. Aaron's having a disaster of a race tonight with penalties, and unfortunately he has to just reset himself for next week and learn by those mistakes. Whenever you get a blue flag, you've got to pull over. You've got to let those race winners and race leaders pass easily with absolutely no blocking whatsoever. These guys are fighting for position, and they don't need anybody in their way when they're doing so. Back on with Jackal, and he's taking his teammate in the outside. So the two Williams are having a nice wee battle along here, but Jackal makes that work, and he's put himself up into P8. But just remember, he has got that 10-second penalty to serve, and he will be fuming at that rookie mistake that will have cost him valuable points and a valuable position in this race tonight at Austria. Lap 25 out of 36 laps here. That sky looks like it's a bit overcast. I just hope that they don't have a wet end to this race. Hoops gets a 3-second penalty. That's sneaky loser. He's just got himself a warning for multiple track limits. So he's just pushing too hard, and he's going off that white line, and he's cost himself 3 seconds. So it's a real penalty fest here tonight at Austria. But look at the guys that are running a clean race. They are GoBox, Ribs, La Breton, and also Mr. Harry, all running a penalty-free race this evening. Riding on board with Kelly. So Kelly's made his 2 stops. His race is now set up for the evening, and it's his job now to put in consistent laps, fast laps, and he will find himself. There you go. He's right into second position now. Go Box is now on an interval as well, and there's 9 seconds between the two of them, and I think Kelly is going to wind Go Box in really, really quick here because he's still on 1 stop. In terms of tyres, let's just have a look. Go Box is on 10 lap old hards, and Kelly Kidd is on 2 lap old hards. This is race at Austria, and we have 10 laps to go. Kelly Kidd has got 12.9 seconds to catch here to get himself Go Box's P1 position on track at the moment. So 10 laps to make up 10 seconds more or less, and Kelly Kidd has got one hell of a job on his hand, because Go Box right now at this moment in time is controlling the race, but he's controlling it on 10 lap old hards, which will start to show signs of wear, and then these 2 lap old hards of Kelly's are only starting to warm up. So I fully expect Kelly Kidd to wind that 10 seconds in as best as he can, but Go Box will know what's going on, and Go Box will be managing his ERS and DRS really, really, really carefully to try and make the move. He's sitting with 83% battery, and Kelly's got 90% of battery, so they're both managing battery very well. Mr. Twist gets another penalty, and it looks like most of the final pit stops are being made. Mischief's in the pits, and it looks like Basic Beetle is in the pits, and Mr. Harry and Aaron are all in the pits. So I do expect this now to be the track position and race position going forward, and we're now seeing Kelly Kidd taking that 10 seconds down to, oh no, it's just back up again. So I think Kelly made a mistake there. Something happened. We've got a virtual safety car. Why is that? Oh, little Aaron didn't finish. What happened to little Aaron? Little Aaron caused a safety car there, a virtual safety car right now at the moment. Maverick gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. A disaster for Maverick there too. So lots of very, very bad errors happening here tonight in the Revolt Racing League, and the guys will be throwing their toys out of their pram big time and kicking themselves for making these mistakes, because it's race 1, it's the new season, and this was a very, very important race to put their stamp on the book in terms of standings and points for the evening. We're back to racing speed, and Ribs is having to go at Kelly. Oh, he makes that work too. Look at this. 3-second penalty for Ribs. He goes outside again, and he gets another 3-second penalty. Kelly's looking a bit slow here. What's Kelly doing? Is he managing his tyres? Or have those hard tyres just gone through that old sort of dull period before they warm up, and then once those tyres really get in the groove, they will then start to zoom along? It looks like Ken Boy has gone on the softs, and he's going to go for fastest lap here. And it'll be interesting to see if he can do that. Let's just see who is holding that fastest lap at the moment. Kelly Kidd with a 1:07.598 currently holds the fastest lap of the race. This has been excitement from start to finish, and it's been a battle between lots of different drivers. And I'm just going to go on to Sneaky Loser here as he tries to make a move on this Racing Bull of Black Box, and he's going to try and steal P7 on track. But you really don't know what the positions are going to pan out like, because there's a lot of penalties. He needs to brake very late here, and he needs to get right onto the tail end of this Racing Bull and to try and make a move up the inside before it just becomes a dangerous move, and he's not going to get it here. So he's going to wait until the start and finish grid, and he's going to probably make a move then. Mischief's in P10, and he's driving the Racing Bull as well, and he's trying to make a move on the kick of Labrat Dan. So Labrat Dan is threatened at the moment by Mischief in this Racing Bull. I must admit, I love the livery of this car. Not sure I love driving it, but I love the livery. So again, I'm just going to run down every single position and give you a bit of a chat about each one. Here we have GoBox in the Alpine, who's currently our race leader, but Mr. Twist gets a birthday 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh my goodness, guys, there's lots of real rookie stuff going on here tonight, and this F1 25 game is very testing. So GoBox is out front in the 14-lap hards, but look what's happening. Kelly Kidd has got 6 laps to go, and he has pulled a 10-second gap down to 6 seconds, and he is closing down very, very quickly. He's got ribs on the 6-lap mediums, and he is going to be outraced, I think, just purely down to the tyre wearage on the mediums. I'm not sure. He might be a bit faster right now, but in a couple of laps' time, those mediums are going to start to really go off, and Kelly Kidd's hard tyres will start to improve. Ken Boy, he's in 4th at the moment, and it looks like there's a lot of separation. Gaz. Then we've got Jackal, who again is in 6th position on the track, but he still has that penalty of 10 seconds to serve, and that will really, really put him way down the grid whenever the changes are made when the race finishes. Then we'll go down to Leon. He's in 7th position in the Racing Bull, in the Red Bull, but he carries 6 seconds of penalties. Then we've got Black Box in the Racing Bull as well. Coops was in the Red Bull, and we're now on Black Box on the Racing Bull with his teammate Mischief behind him in the Racing Bull in 9th. Labraton is in 10th. Basic Beetle, who is Leon, is now in 11th. Harry's in 12th in the Alpine. Pulley's in 13th, carrying 3 seconds, and 14th is Mazamak in 6 seconds of penalties. He's having a poor race tonight by his standards. Low Pro is in 15th position with 14 seconds to gain. 14 seconds ahead of Maverick, who's in 16th, with Mr. Twist in 17th, and Little Aaron DNF'd. But Mr. Twist has got a fistful of penalties there, and he is actually scoring a dartboard score here. So we're coming now to the last 4 laps of this race, and Kelly Kidd has now got it down to 4.4 seconds as his hard tyres are now really kicking in. He's pulled himself away out of the DRS zone of Ribs, so Ribs is now not going to catch him, and those medium tyres are now starting to show signs of wear, as Kelly Kidd will now start to see the tail end of GoBox's car in his front view. There you go, there's the gap, and they're about to lap somebody as well, and a 106.819 has been put down by this kick salva of Kelly Kidd, and we're just about to see one hell of a result here, as long as he does not make his mistake. He's got 3 seconds to gain in 3 laps, and GoBox is going to struggle to hold him off. And GoBox has had a fantastic race, but this is just an absolute treat to watch, and an exciting race for everyone to view this evening. I really, really hope when you guys watch this back, you will enjoy watching something quite special this evening. That's not to take away from any one driver on this grid tonight. Honestly, it's just a performance that is outstanding and is shining through, and it's going to be something quite special, and it's going to be a marker that this lad is going to put down for everybody for future races. Kelly Kidd right now is on for a P1, but he needs to get 3 seconds ahead. Just to get ahead of GoBox is not enough. He needs to win this race by more than 3 seconds. to get P1 because he's carrying a 3-second penalty and GoBox is clean as a whistle, as is Labraton, and that is going to put Labraton up the positions as well, and Mr. Harry also running a clean race. And to do that, that is taking skill and very careful and precise driving to pull that off. So guys, if you're carrying 0 penalties, absolutely and utterly take a bow. There's your position changes. Kelly's up 15. Leon has had a phenomenal race as well. He is up quite a few places and he is doing very, very well tonight. Sorry, I've got that wrong. It's Coops, it's Sneaky Loser that is up 11 places there in P7. But Kelly Kidd is now in the DRS zone and I just have to stay on board with this evening because this is too exciting to miss. Kelly Kidd P2 on track and he's just about to take P1 on track and we're going to see if he can pull away 3 seconds in 1 lap. And he's going to make the move right now and he's going to make it stick on the outside of GoBox, and unfortunately GoBox has lost the position on track. And can he pull away by those vital 3 seconds that he needs to win this race by? If not, he's going to find himself in P2 and the race winner tonight will be GoBox. And I'm going to stay on GoBox to see if he can do it. This is lap 35 of 36 laps. This is Revolt Racing League and we're in Austria in the Red Bull Ring, and this has been a race to remember as Kelly Kidd is trying everything in his arsenal to try and do this 3-second gap in 1 lap. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it because he's still got GoBox in his draft. But GoBox is now out of the DRS zone and Kelly Kidd's got a back marker in front of him that just might give him extra toe down this straight. It might be a distant toe, but it's a toe, and I'm just going to bounce on and just make sure that that back marker doesn't interrupt his progress in any way. 1.6 seconds. 1 lap to go. 2.1 seconds. I've got a feeling Kelly Kidd is going to win this race, even with his penalty. GoBox just does not have the pace to catch this kick in these hard tyres. And he is flying, and he is 2.6 seconds ahead, and he's got still half a circuit to go, and he is catching that back marker, and even better than that, the back marker pulls over and says, Kelly Kidd, it's your race. You go for it, sir, and you put your stamp right on that number 1 position. He's now 3 seconds ahead, very, very close to it, and it looks like Kelly Kidd has done the miracle, and he has come from that terrible 17th position, and he's going to win this race tonight, and he's going to take P1, and he's definitely got driver of the day without any doubt or anything at all, as he takes the lead with GoBox in a very, very respectable 2nd place. Oh my goodness, what a race. Wow. Gaz, well done, P4. That's a great one. Mischief, well done, P5. But let's see how it all pans out. Here comes Coops in that Red Bull. He comes over the line in track position 6. Then we've got Labratan. He's coming over in P7. We've got Ken Boy in the Ferrari coming over in P8. Then we've got Jackal, who made a terrible mistake and messed up his one-stop strategy in P9. We've got Leon in the Williams coming over in P10, but now P9. Pulley in the Ferrari, followed by Jackal, followed by Mazza. And Mazza now comes over the line in P13. Black Box and Low Pro. Mr. Twist in 16th and behind him in 17th. So we have had a phenomenal race tonight. What a race is bloody right, be Woody. Be very proud of Kelly Kidd tonight. That was a drive of a lifetime. And Coops did, Sneaky had a phenomenal race this evening as well. What a race we had, and what a win we've got. And this lad is going to be very, very difficult to shake this season here in the Revolt Racing League. But he raises his champagne bottle, he sprays his team, and then he sprays his fellow mates in the Alpine, in the McLaren, and they celebrate what I believe is possibly one of the best comeback races that I've ever witnessed. And honestly, that was phenomenal. Kelly Kidd just sweeps the board, race leader, fastest race winner, fastest lap, driver of the day, most overtakes, and also then we have his teammate Labradan. He gets also the cleanest driver this evening. So lads, what a race and what a commentary we had tonight, because I was just not knowing where to be at what times to be in the best position to see everybody's progress in the race tonight. I hope I covered it as best as I possibly could for everybody and give everybody a bit of a little time. But there were so many little close battles going on tonight, and I really did have to focus in on them. So there you have it. Race 1 of the Revolt Racing League on a Wednesday night has now finished in Austria. It was a race to remember. It's a race that I'm sure everyone will watch back. I will also upload it onto YouTube after we finish the stream. So if you prefer watching things on YouTube, it'll be there probably late this evening or early tomorrow morning. But I'm sure you'll not want to wait till that uploads and you want to get your head around that stream, because that was one heck of a night's racing, and a credit to everybody on the grid this evening here in Austria. I've Gavinbass1. Again, happy birthday to Mr. Twist for tomorrow. Congratulations to Kelly Kidd for his race win and his phenomenal 500th odd position in the world in terms of his time trials. And also a massive shout out to my number one fan, Brody, who tuned in tonight for the whole race, kept me company, sent me a lot of messages, and as always, that's greatly appreciated. And I finish off every stream that I do always thanking the owner of the league, the administrators of the league, and the stewards of the league. They work frantically behind the scenes to present this to every driver, and every driver that's in this league this evening should be feeling very fortunate they've got a seat in it, because I think this is probably, along with a lot of other different leagues that I've seen, it's certainly right up there with some of the best guys and most friendly guys out there, and they always make me feel extremely welcome to their group. I'm proud to be the commentator for the Revolt Racing League, and I will be back with you next Wednesday night, and I'll be armed with a lot of statistics that Jackal was kind enough to send me. He'll be updating them this week, and I'm sure that race win tonight of Kelly Kidd will be right up there. And I'll probably have something special again next week. So if anybody's listening, they've got a wife, they've got a girlfriend, they've got kids, they've got anything at all, let me know, and I will dedicate the first song of the evening before the stream goes live to that person, and would be more than delighted to do that for you. So it's Gavinbass1, Northern Ireland, Castle Rock, cloudy evening, and it's keep her lit, keep her clean, and I will see you all next Wednesday evening. Thank you very, very much, and enjoy the rest of your week. Good night.
Gavinbass1 on the microphone. The energy is high, feel the vibe in the zone. Engines roar as the lights go down. Racers ready, it's a battle for the crown. Who will rise? Who will stand tall? On the top step, they'll answer the call. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, the champion's moment is finally sighted. Adrenaline pumping, the crowd is alive. Speeding through corners, they take the dive. Every lap counts, the stakes are set. In this game of skill, there's no room for regret. Listen closely, hear the engine scream. fight. Each curve a story, each turn a chance. In this high-speed dance, we all advance. As the checkered flag waves, the night concludes. The champion shines in the spotlight's hues. With the roar of the fans, they take their bow. F1 Saturday night, see you next time. Wow!